so it's like I can go do that and go be a Power Ranger. It's part of the reason why I also took karate, because like if I know how to fight, I'm halfway there to being a Power Ranger.
I'm glad your parents invested in you to take karate. Because let me tell you, when I was watching Power Rangers, I said I wanted to take karate. My mom was like, no. We were like actually playing Power Rangers at church, at school, in the neighborhood, all that stuff. So my mom was like, you are fighting too much. You're playing Power Rangers too much. You're not doing karate. I also wanted to take gymnastics. My mom was like, no. So I didn't get to become a Power Ranger.
Let's go Ranger Ravers. Don't you love the Ranger Ravers?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Ranger Ravers. It's your boy Carlton. I'm here with a special guest. I have my friend and coworker, Ian. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for being here. I remember I was at work and I was talking about the podcast, and you was like, I got to get on one. I said, okay, we'll bring you on one that you are an expert in.
Okay, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
So let me ask you this, because there's an age difference here.
Yes.
So
yes.
When did you first, like, what was your first introduction to Power Rangers? Because for me, of course, it was Mighty Morphin. That's my very first thing. I'm OG with Power Rangers. What was your first introduction to Power Rangers?
See, the funny thing is, I think it was also Mighty Morphin.
Oh, okay.
Because while you
came in on a good one.
Yes, I came in on a lot of them because like you said, there is an age difference. I'm one of 3 siblings. Most of my siblings were born in like 80 and 90s, so I got that little 80s and 90s flair to me. So I did watch Mighty Morphin.
Okay.
I watched, admittedly, almost all of them up till Samurai.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say I'm well versed, but I'm seasoned.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm seasoned.
Very good, very good. Well, today we are talking about Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. I just finished that one not too long ago, so we're going to go ahead and have a conversation about it. Ian is very stoked to have this conversation. He really enjoys Lightspeed Rescue, and it took some convincing from him for me to finish it.
Yes, yes, it did. I'm not.
So what about Lightspeed? And because we're gonna go through the whole season. But what about Lightspeed like attracts you to it? Like, what makes you really enjoy Lightspeed Rescue?
Well, I think it's like I enjoyed it because there's not all this, and I think it's where we differ. Like, it's not all this secrecy, And it's like, oh, I had to keep my secret identity. These are just people doing their jobs. Now, same thing can be said for like what was that Power Rangers one. SPD Emergency.
Okay.
So same thing can be said about that, because like I like it because mainly you see these people like paramedics or pararescuers, a firefighter. I forget. I think Yellow Ranger was just.
She was like a
enthusiast.
Actually, I know she climbed rocks.
Yeah, she was an enthusiast. It was Yellow and
then Joel, the Green Ranger, he
flew planes.
He flew planes, and then the Blue Ranger, he was like in the water. He did with the dolphins.
Yeah, SeaWorld.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that because these are just again, almost all Power Rangers. I'm pretty sure all Power Rangers are just regular people. All of a sudden now they have these grid suit. I'm gonna call them grid suits, but like suits. So it's like, oh, okay, I can understand that. And it's also like, oh, I can go be a firefighter. I can go do this because most of the time it's just like either these random teens that oh yeah, and like oh, I'm a jock, or I'm really smart, or I'm just like, it's like I'm not all that. I'm a nerd. I'm forever blue, which that should be an episode, but yeah, so it's like I can go do that and go be a Power Ranger. It's part of the reason why I also took karate, because like if I know how to fight, I'm halfway there to being a Power Ranger.
So okay, I'm gonna interrupt you real quick because no, you're fine, because I want to tell a story about before I forget it. I'm glad your parents invested in you to take karate, because let me tell you, when I was watching Power Rangers, I said I wanted to take karate. My mom was like, no, you're fighting too much, because we used to do these. Of course, I'm a writer, right? So I was writing when I was very young. I write stories when I was young too. So I used to write Power Ranger stories. And so we were like actually playing Power Rangers at church, at school, in the neighborhood, all that stuff. So my mom was like, "You are fighting too much. You're playing Power Rangers too much. You're not doing karate." I also wanted to take gymnastics. My mom was like, "No." So I didn't get to become a Power Ranger because that's the reason I wanted to do karate and gymnastics, because I want to be a Power Ranger. But continue with your story.
Yeah. So like, you know, I took karate. I'm like halfway there to be a Power Ranger. Funny thing is, I have nunchucks.
Wow.
I do. Like I'm not, you know, like a master or anything, because I stopped, I think when I was like an orange belt, because someone decided to stop paying for it. I don't know. But but I also have nunchucks, so you know, like, oh, I technically have my little morphin weapon and whatnot, like nunchucks. I'm going to be the Blue Ranger because blue is my favorite color. I know I'm wearing red today. I digress.
Yeah.
I digress. Blue's my favorite color, but again, to get back on track before I start going off, it's like, you know, there's random everyday people, a job that I can possibly do, and when I could go be a medic, I could go fly a plane, I wouldn't, but I would go like climb rocks and whatnot. So I was like, oh, I can do that. So just like a chance of me being like, you know, like out of a group of like, you know, teens with attitude and whatnot, just like no. I have the qualifications to do this job because I've done this, that, and the third. Okay. That's why I like it.
Okay. That is a good argument. and like you said, this is where we differ, because I don't like the fact that people know who the Power Rangers are. I hate that, like, it's like a random person walk up to you, oh my God, it's the Blue Ranger. Leave me alone, little person. Like, I'm busy chilling. Don't bother me about Power Rangers stuff. So I don't like the fact that people know who they are. It's like, I think it was like one episode where the Blue Ranger, I guess, was being challenged by a guy, like the guy wanted to be better than him or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
And it was like, but you're challenging him, but you know he's the Blue Ranger, right? So it's like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, these people know, like, at least with Mighty Morphin, like, Bulk and Skull used to bully them, but it was like they had no idea that these were actually the Power Rangers. Yeah. Because I feel like they knew they were the Power Rangers, they would definitely not mess with them at all. So in this situation, it's like everybody knows who these six people are. It's like I just think it takes the mystery out of it. Like, it's like, why? Like, I feel like I can take. If I know you're the Power Ranger, I'll take your morpher and use it. Like, I'm gonna take it from you. Yeah. Like, if you're not looking, I'm gonna, because it's not. I feel like it's like in your backpack or something, or in your book bag. I don't know if it's like magically appearing. No, because they still you can see it visibly on their arms. Like, I'm gonna finesse you.
Oh, mine.
I'm gonna figure out how to get it from you. Like, come on. Like, okay. That's just, I'm just like, no, let's not know who the Power Rangers are. I think that's one thing I was just like, nah, I ain't really like that part. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the plot. So since we're going to go ahead and talk about that, so before we do that too, let's also talk about go ahead. No. Let's go ahead and talk about the suits.
The suits.
Did not like them.
You didn't like them?
I didn't like them. I don't like the suits.
It
looks like a peppermint.
I think for me, while they're not the best, they're definitely not the worst. Okay. I think when you get into some of the later season, like, something like Beast Morphers or something like that. Okay. Or what was the last one that they aired? It was like Dino Supercharged, or where was it?
Come on, the one on Netflix?
I think it's like
Cosmic Fury. Or
yeah, Cosmic Fury. Me personally, I didn't like how those looked. Okay. I was like, ooh. Like, no. No, that's not for me. But I will say, while they are not the best, they probably could have been improved upon. Okay. Especially the Titanium Ranger, because it's just a V. I was like, okay. Okay. It's also not the worst. Okay. So I was like, it's very middle ground for me. Now, while there's like, worse ones, there's also way better ones. Like, I think I do like the what was it? The Time Force ones. I love the Time Force ones. I love how they looked. Okay. But I think that's a whole different time. It's a whole different time.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Didn't mean that. But it's a whole different time. Like, If you ever do another one of these, just let me know.
Oh, I am. I definitely am. Like I said, because the Time Force is next, so I'm gonna hit on that after this. Okay, so we have Carter, who's the red Lightspeed Ranger, and he is a firefighter.
Yep.
We have Chad, who is the blue Lightspeed Ranger, and he works with water. Works in the water. Works with the SeaWorld type place. We have Joel, who's the Green Ranger. He flies planes.
He's a sky cowboy.
Yes, sky cowboy.
I should have with my hat. Go ahead.
You have a cowboy hat?
Yeah, I do actually. Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. Awesome. And then we have Kelsey, who is the Yellow Ranger. Like I said, she likes action adventure. She climbs rocks. She just likes to do action adventure things. And then we have Dana, who is the Pink Ranger. She is a medic. And she also is the daughter of the captain, who is basically like the Zordon of this series, but he's obviously a human. And then we have Ryan, who is the Titanium Ranger, which is Dana's brother and this captain's son.
Yes.
And then we'll get into that story in a second. So that's the Rangers. That's who we have. Here's where my confusion lies. Oh, yes. I think it was one episode where
I think I know what you're talking about, but go
ahead. I'm confused about these people's ages.
Okay.
Because it was one episode where Ryan, it was his birthday. He turned 21, 20. He turned 20. And if Dana's younger than him, so how old is Dana? She's 18, 19, 17? Like, how old are these people?
That is a good question.
Because these are professional jobs, correct?
Yes, for the most part.
So, how old are they? Well, I mean, can you be a medic at 18? Can you? I mean, I'm asking.
I mean, I don't think you can be a quote unquote medic at 18 unless you're in the military. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But like an EMT, I'm not sure. I had to go to EMT school. Even then, like you're not gonna start EMT school at like 14, right?
Right.
So, but then I like to put this little caveat. This is the Power Rangers universe. Anything's possible.
That's true.
But
that's true.
I think I do think she is probably the youngest out of the entire starting roster there.
Okay, so she would be the youngest. So everybody else would still actually be in their 20s.
In their 20s at least.
Okay. Like I said, I was a little confused. Like I said, he's supposed to be the oldest brother. He's turning 20. Then that would make her 18 or 19.
Yeah.
I know she's not 17.
Yeah.
So.
But then like you said, because we're gonna get into plot a little bit, like that like their story gets a little weird with those two, because I was like, interesting take here.
Yeah. So these five, well, the four, except Dana's actually the one doing the recruiting. She's helping with the recruits, so she recruits all the other four.
Yep.
And then the captain's like, "Here, daughter, you're gonna be the fifth one. I've been watching you, and here you go." Yep. So then we have these 5 Rangers. So basically the city that they live in is on top of, I guess, what the evil spirits used to be.
A demon's palace. Demon Bashira, I think is what her name.
Okay.
Bashira, Bagheera. It's
Banshira.
Banshira. I was close.
Okay.
Banshira. So it's on top of her palace. I think they said 5,000 years ago was when the demons were sealed.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you this, Ian, and I've asked everybody. I think I've asked everybody this question because let's go back to In Space. Okay. This is what's bothering me.
Go ahead.
When Andros sliced Zordon and all the good hit everybody and you made all the evil go away. Why is there still evil? Because is the evil? I mean, did the good only hit a certain part of the galaxy? Did the evil only hit certain dimensions? Are we living in a different dimension than we originally are? Why? I mean, I'm asking you as if you are the writer, creator, director. I know you're not, but I'm just saying, like, this is where Power Rangers after the In Space era, this is where it confuses me, because it's like that was the whole point of Andros slicing the tube was to get rid of all the evil. Yeah. So why is this still evil? Unless this evil is coming from different dimensions or different galaxies and coming into our galaxy, if that's what's happening.
So it's funny that you asked me that, because I wanted to say this for some time. for some time, as soon as we started. But so you say like, why is it like that? What happened? This and the third. When rewatching this, I watched up until like maybe like the 23rd or 21st episode. I'm thinking like, because because what was the one before? It was In Space, right?
It was In Space, Lost Galaxy, and then now Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah. Okay. So I kind of see this as like sort of like a prequel to that, because prequel to like Lost Galaxy and In Space, because they're going up in space every now and then, not fully, but like oh, we're going in space, but we just had 2 in space ones like 2 seasons ago. So to me, to help rectify this a little bit, to help fix the timeline, this would be like a prequel, like a prequel season, but like after that. That's kind of how I see it, because not all these are like super connected. The Power Rangers timeline is how a lot of people feel about the Legend of Zelda timeline. It doesn't make any sense when you start putting stuff everywhere and whatnot. So I think also it just comes down to like, again, I'm personally not the creator of this, because if I was, the things would be rearranged a little bit. But
according to your theory, if that's the case, then because they have the crossover, because like Lost Galaxy Rangers come into Lightspeed Rescue for 2 episodes. So then they have their powers though. So how would it be a prequel?
It would be like, I think it to me is like some old timey-wimey kind of stuff, because they did have that that one episode where Carter was flying that little the jet Megazord, not Megazord, but like the jet
the little thing that the lady makes. Doctor, what's her name? Doctor, the one that
Fairweather,
yeah, Miss Fairweather,
Miss Fairweather,
Miss Fairweather.
I'm gonna give her a rose. She's a doctor to me.
Okay, we're gonna make her Doctor.
She's gonna make Dr. Fairweather, but like, so it can be loosely explained with that, because again, when that episode happened, it never really stated why he was able to travel back in time. So you can sort of play off of that, but again, they never really just written it out.
Gotcha.
So that's my theory. That's how I think I would at least fix it. To make it make sense, especially when you said like when Andros sliced up Zordon.
I just feel like that that sacrifice is in vain.
Yeah.
Why did you kill Zordon if you're just gonna continue to have to fight evil people? So, all right. So with the plot, so we begin, like I said again. They're trying to get Bathsheba.
Banshira.
That is a Bible character. Banshira. They want to bring her back, but they gotta prepare. They gotta get the palace back together.
Yeah, they got to clean house.
They got to clean house. So you got Vipra, Diabolico, and then Prince Olympus. Yeah, and Prince Olympus is a baby. He's the son of Banshira.
Yeah.
So basically, like I said, they got to get everything in order, and
don't forget Loki in there.
Loki, and there's Loki.
Yep.
Who's Jinxer?
Jinxer was like the little. I think he had a mustache on, but the nerd with the glasses.
The one that threw the cards.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And Jinxer. So Loki and Jinxer. All right. So basically, like I said, we on the first episode. The Power Rangers are recruited. The evil is there, and then they're like, "All right, Rangers, let's go fight. Go do your thing." And so, the thing that pissed me off immediately was, it was like, because I think with Power Rangers, like Zordon explained how things work, or whenever they got new things, he would explain how they work. I feel like with Lightspeed Rescue, like as soon as they got it, there was no explanation. It was like they already knew how to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like even with the Zords, it was like, okay, these are your Zords. Okay. I was like, what is, like, there was no explanation. How do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
Dr. Fair, we call her Doctor.
Yeah.
Dr. Was it Mayweather? No.
Fairweather. Mayweather. She just has boxing gloves now.
Dr. Fairweather. She's just like, all right, Rangers, here's your thing, and it's like they already know what to do, and I'm like, maybe it's like installed when they put the helmets on. I don't know, but it's just like it seems like there's no explanation when they are getting new things. They're like they already know how to do it.
Which they do get new things a lot.
A lot.
I will say, from my memory, I think that they have the most gadgets out of any other series. I haven't seen the later series, like after Samurai and whatnot, but I feel like once every other episode they would get a gadget. It's like
something new all the time.
They got the V Lancers, the little Jet Megazord, the Battle Boosters. Then they had like three different sets of Zords. Yes, they did have that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And again. And I would also like to put this little caveat out there. You know, they're also working with stuff from like Super Sentai. So
yes.
I think to just give them a little bit of grace.
Yeah.
Whatever Super Sentai had is what they were going to use, because if they said, "Oh, let's do this episode and whatnot," what is that?
And I had to remember that, because even when I was watching it, because it was like, of course, they will alternate.
Mm-hmm.
They will alternate Megazords, and I'm like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Either pick one,
mm-hmm.
or use both of them.
Mm-hmm.
It'll get rid of the monster faster.
Yes.
Because I feel like it don't take all of y'all to. It looks like it.
Jump him.
Yeah, it don't take all of y'all to operate. You know how like on the old ones, it had to,
Yeah.
everybody had to be there to operate a Megazord. It seems like you only need about 1 or 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 of y'all in one, 3 of y'all in the other, and y'all do what y'all need to do.
There you go.
Because
they also had the Solar Megazord on remote control. Because I think mainly, I want to say it was mainly Chad that really controlled that one.
now that actually was my favorite Megazord. I enjoyed
really?
that one because that was that Titanium Ranger. That was his Zord. I enjoyed that one. Out of all because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, Ian. I really hated the Megazords.
Mm-hmm.
I hated them. Because first of all, it's taking y'all a very long time to get to the location. Because like it's like you got Megazord, and it's like they on the train track, and they got to get to do what they got to. It's like it's taking y'all a very long time to get there. Like I feel like with all the other ones, they called them, boom, they appeared, and it's like, all right. Now, granted, it did take them a long time to turn into the Megazord.
Yes.
On all of them.
Yes, it does.
I'm just saying, I feel like Lightspeed Zords, it took them extra long to get to where they need to be. But I did enjoy. I like the Solar.
Yes, I will say it was the train Megazord, or as I like to call him, the bigger brother and whatnot. Just because, like, oh, that's cool. Like that they instead of like getting out of the train, they use like the smaller Zords and the train to form the bigger Zord, which functionally has a lot of power. Like I like when it was introduced, you know, there was like, oh, use the turbine was supercharged, and that started hurting him. I was like, that's cool, because now they have to improve upon that. And like, oh, you have to do this, or you have to do that. I was like, all right, that's cool. Now, do they keep up with it? Obviously not, because, you know, this is a show made for children. I'm 25, and I still like Power Rangers, so.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. However, I'm putting it out there. But it's like, oh, okay, you know, as a grown man, I would like to see things explained, as you said.
Right.
But as a kid, you have like short attention span. Yeah. So it's like, and I have to remember, like, you know, this is made for kids. But if I ever made one, and just hear me out, whoever's going to listen to this, you work for Power Rangers, me and Carlton work together.
Yes.
If you need ideas or you want people to actually work on it, let us know. We're in. I'm not going to tell you where we're at. Just if you follow Carlton, you can find both of us. I'll say that.
I think honestly, but even now, like kids are as don't need things as
dumbed down,
watered down as adults think. Especially the kids now.
Yes.
Especially because they are they're born with the technology. They already have a lot of the advances already. So I feel like they can understand some things. So I feel like if they ever were to decide to do another Power Rangers, if they ever did, I feel like it'll be okay to put some explanations in there. So that way things will flow and make better sense. Especially if they're talking about like starting the whole if they're going to start the whole franchise over. Which we still haven't heard anything about that yet, but
well, they haven't contacted me yet, so
I heard that. So the Zord was called the Max Solar Zord. Max Solar Zord. I like the Max Solar Zord. I want that in my collection.
It was. Yeah. Oh, we could probably find it somewhere, but
yes. So what? So like I said, as I was watching it, you and our other coworker, Mike Lepp, he was just like encouraged me. Y'all gotta it's gonna get better. Keep going. And I will say, for me, it did get better. It got better. I wasn't as annoyed because when I first started watching this, I was heavily annoyed. I was like, they was getting on my nerves. Like the Rangers were getting on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh gosh, it's too much. And so then the storyline started getting better.
Mm-hmm.
So we are introduced to the Titanium Ranger, and we actually get the backstory behind that. Basically, Captain was driving, and then
wasn't paying attention. Always pay attention.
Wasn't paying attention.
Always pay attention to the road.
Right, and then he drove off, hanging on the cliff. He had his daughter, had the son hanging, and then he was like, the evil spirit appeared. Whose spirit was that?
Diabolico.
Yeah, he appeared, and he was like, "I'll save your son for you. You got to give him to me," and all this other stuff. And so then the little boy about to fall, and then he was like, "Don't get my son." And so then he got him. So basically, the captain sacrificed. The captain saved his son, but he also sacrificed his son.
See, now this is one of my caveats with the whole Titanium Ranger thing.
Okay.
At least his backstory.
Okay.
If the demons were sealed for 5,000 years or 3,000, 5 to 3,000 years, whatever the number is, because I've heard it all the time, but I forgot. Diabolico, what are you doing out of your room? Like what? He was grounded. Like he was grounded for 5,000 years. How did you get out? Because this is before they are even Power Rangers and whatnot. So I caught that. I was like, doesn't make any sense. And then like I think this is where the age thing comes in, because I don't remember how old either of them were. She might have been like maybe 4 or 3. He might have been 7. I don't know. But that man's been guessing his entire life. I was like, brother, you were there. Granted, trauma can make you forget stuff.
Yeah.
So. But like, brother, you were there. You were hanging off your dad's foot. Nothing he could have done, and you're blaming him. Granted, I do think there might have been a little bit more mystical stuff going on, like Diabolico messing with his mind. But and this also goes back to like what we just talked about. Having like more explanations for things.
Right.
But I digress. I was like that part to me didn't make any sense. I was like, if they're trapped for 5,000 years before the I'm just calling them grave robbers, before the grave robbers ever stumbled upon the tomb and everything and unleashed them, how was Diabolico able to get out? Now it would have made sense if there was like a crack somewhere in like the seal. That would make more sense.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Diabolico slipped out, this, that, and the third. But then also it was his 20th birthday in that episode. Diabolico clearly said you will see him again on his 20th birthday. So I don't know why you would be surprised why there's like oh, this Ranger, this, that, and the third. But that's just my take on it. Like I was like, really? You couldn't find anything better to do and whatnot.
Yeah. I normally when the 6th Ranger appears, it's more there's more fanfare, excitement around it. Like I said, let's go back to Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
When the Green Ranger first showed up,
he was nothing
to play with. It was
absolutely not.
We were stressed out for 5 episodes. We were stressed.
Absolutely. And also the disrespect, because there is no way you're going to beat me up, jump in my zone with my team, beat us up and kick us out.
Yes.
And then be all buddy afterwards. Like,
yes.
No, I'm sorry. I might lose the next fight, but we gotta do a one-on-one. We gotta do a one-on-one.
It was just, like I said, it was just more excitement, right? Even when when Tommy came back as the White Ranger, it was a whole we had a whole 2-parter.
Yeah.
White Light, it was a whole thing. It was building up like who's gonna be the White Ranger. We had commercials, all this stuff. The Gold Ranger, same thing. We had to figure out Zeo. Had to figure out who's the Gold Ranger. It was a lot more fanfare. Turbo. No, Turbo wasn't really. I mean, they had the Phantom Ranger. They didn't really finish that. I read something behind the scenes. They wanted to finish the storyline, like actually reveal who it was, but they never got to it. Yeah. So that was a fail. And then in space, who was the Silver Ranger? There was that whole storyline they had, and then Lightspeed was the I got him on my desk. So yeah, we had the Magna Defender for Lightspeed Rescue. I mean for Lost Galaxy.
Yeah, Lost Galaxy. Yeah.
Which is actually, I love the Magna Defender. I love that storyline.
Yeah.
So, but this one, like I said, even with the Titanium Ranger, even with like him showing up, it was like he was upset for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, Ryan, know who you are. And then, okay, now he can come and be good with us.
Yeah.
It just was very anticlimactic, especially with this being the first original US Sixth Ranger.
I was just about to mention that too.
There's no Sixth Ranger in the Sentai version. Yeah. So it's like, where's the fanfare?
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. I think where his character suffered from was like there was no basis for him to jump off at, you know, because he is the first. Yeah, he is the first Ranger that doesn't have a Super Sentai variant of him.
Right.
So I think that's where he struggled with. Also, I think, you know, a lot of Rangers series do this. So it's like, okay, so what do we what do we do with this? Because like we've always had like a blueprint. We're not the blueprint now. And I think like they could have done so much with that, but I wasn't there.
Yeah,
I'm not. And to preface this, I'm not a writer, but I will give you great ideas.
I think they could have just done. They could have done so much more with his character. I get like you said again. A lot Power Rangers is based off of the Super Sentai stuff, the footage and stuff, everything.
Absolutely.
So they have to work around that. But I feel like if you made the decision in your mind, okay, we're gonna create this Sixth Ranger, you should have had a blueprint, a plan for what you're gonna do with him.
Yes. Because
I feel like it was a wasted opportunity. I feel like he showed up. Now I will say the whole Cobra thing on his back.
Oh, that was cool.
That was a good storyline. I like that. I wish they could have did more with it. But that was a really good storyline. But it's like, okay, so they got rid of the Cobra.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, I gotta go off into the desert now and go figure some stuff out because I want to make sure that we defeat the evil. So we don't see the Titanic Ranger for like a good few episodes.
Yeah.
And then when we do see him, he's unmorphed the whole time.
Yeah.
Ryan doesn't morph back into the Titanic Ranger to the very last episode of the series.
Yes.
If I was a fan, like, you know how you have your favorite Rangers. Like for me, of course, it's the Black Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The character. I'm gonna emphasize that. Everybody knows my history about that. So it's just the character. So I would be pissed if he was my favorite and he was unmorphed the rest of the season, and I don't see him morphed again until the last episode. Or even better yet, I love the Gold Ranger the Gold Zeo Ranger is my favorite.
Yeah.
So I would be pissed if he literally was like unmorphed. When he comes on there for 2-3 episodes, he's morphed, doing this thing, and then we don't see him morphed again to the very last episode. Yeah. I would be pissed off. So if you were a fan of the Titanic Ranger, I feel like you have a right to be pissed off.
You do. You there's so much stuff they could have done. Like, one, why was he unmorphed? I understand, like, you had to go, I guess, send him off, because he was looking for a way on how to seal them. That's what I remember.
Right.
And I was like, okay. But then I think the last episode I remember seeing him in before I stopped watching this rerun, at least, was Diabolico had just came back. Like, they had just revived Diabolico. And I was like, okay, cool. He couldn't have stopped him? Like, I mean, he's right there. Hang on, Vipera. I keep messing up her name.
It's Vipera, yeah.
It's Vipera, but my brain goes Vampira, but that's from something else. So that's from something else. But it's like you could have stopped him. I mean, like, you're the Titanium Ranger. Like, you could have at least called, you know, before what was going on. But you stay unmorphed until like the last episode. The last episode. And I was like, at this point, why are you even here? Like why are you even here now? Like, I don't want to kind of say this because he's not my least favorite, but he's definitely not like up there for me. Like, at least in this specific series for Power Rangers.
Got you. It's like, okay, so again, we go back to the origin series.
Mighty Morphin.
So, in Mighty Morphin Season 2, of course, when Tommy becomes the White Ranger, and so you notice in the like whenever they use the Japanese footage and they decide to use the Power Rangers, you never see the White Ranger in that Japanese footage because in Super Sentai, that White Ranger is a part of a whole different Super Sentai series.
Yes, yeah.
and so they don't mix. It's only you only see all 6 of them together in the U.S. version of the footage. So, with that being said, I feel like again, Tommy still had his morph scenes by himself, even if he wasn't they wasn't using Japanese footage. So I'm like, why do we not have the Titanium Ranger having his own fight scenes? Even if he did go to the desert or whatever, he still needs to fight. We still need to see him fighting. We still need to see him calling on a Megazord. Something. Like, I feel like, again, it's just like you send the ball, you bring him here, be this whole thing, and you send him off, and we don't see him for a few episodes, and then all of a sudden he's calling like, "Oh, hey guys, I found something." You know, he better get hear him.
Yes.
And then it's like, again, when we do see him, he doesn't morph at all. And then, like I said, we get to the very last episode, and all of a sudden it's morphin' time. It's like I know they don't say it's morphin' time. I think they say
Lightspeed Rescue.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's Lightspeed Rescue. It's something very fast. My brain's not like I'll catch it and it's like, okay, cool, done. Like it's out of there.
Yeah, yes. I think it's Lightspeed Rescue. I think that's so.
Because like it's I think it was also their way of like, we don't know what to do with this character, so we're just gonna send him off somewhere, and then he'll pop in every now and then, like, oh hey, by the way this, oh hey, by the way that, oh hey, Diabolical's back, but you can't hear me. It's like, huh?
Right.
Well, like, what are you doing? Like,
right.
Like, and also, what made me mad was this. It's like, so you telling me the fact that I won't say multi-million-dollar company and whatnot, but you're making all these Zords and everything, but you can't get good cell service. Like what is this? Like early Sprint? Like no,
early Sprint. Speaking of, are they tapped into the morphing grid? Because like
I don't think it's ever explained.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's like, okay, so again with Power Rangers, there's some type of they're tapped into the morphing grid. They're tapped into some type of mystical thing. Like I said, even with Lost Galaxy, they had the swords. That's how they got the powers because of the swords or whatever. And so it's like, with them, with Lightspeed Rescue, are they tapped in? Or are they just making stuff? I mean, I know she's making the stuff, but it's like, where are you getting this power from?
What I think it is like, while they are, quote-unquote, Power Rangers, like, because, again, it's not explained, there may be a reason why they are able to tap into the grid, quote-unquote.
Okay.
But I think they're kind of like pseudo-Power Rangers, you know? Like not actual Power Rangers, but not actual Power Rangers, and in the sense of like, oh, I'm tapped into the grid, you know, so I have my interdimensional armor and whatnot, right? No, a lot of this stuff is like human built. There's no mystical element to it. I think the most mystical we get is like the whole Cobra onto Ryan's back.
Yeah,
this was from what I remember.
Yeah,
and like because it's a very, very human and kind of grounded in a sense show, because also if you remember, I think it was episode 9, 10. It was early on. Vipra, for whatever reason, has a tricked out buggy. Like I remember seeing that and I was like, you're a demon. Why do you have a dune buggy? And why does it have lasers? Why is there a Gatling gun on top of that? That part to me didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's one of the few things I was like, no. I refused.
Speaking of Vipra, let's talk about her. I thought Trakina was annoying. No, Vipra has her beat. Vipra is like I watched several reviews. And Vipra has been listed as one of the worst villains of Power Rangers, and I see why. She's annoying, and I want to preface this, people. I'm not talking about any actors or actresses.
Yes,
I'm talking about characters.
Yes, we're not gonna have a whole Star Wars situation. Yes. We are specifically talking about the characters.
Vipra is annoying, and she's useless and she's pointless, and I feel like because I knew beforehand that she was gonna get destroyed.
Yeah.
But
she technically,
again, I read ahead or I watched reviews again. But I thought it was gonna happen sooner. I was looking forward for it to happen sooner. It happened like 2 or 3 episodes before the finale. Yeah. But I was like, no, I really wanted her to leave like in the middle because she's annoying. I was like, she gotta go.
Because like she technically was absorbed by Queen Banshira, and then I forget. I think it's Time Force or no. Yeah, I forget which Power Ranger continuity it is where she comes back. She's resurrected. It might be like a movie with Lightspeed, or it might be like a different series because sometimes they do the whole crossover thing.
Right.
I know she does come back. She's more cold and I won't say calculated, but she's more cold and like I'm not gonna really play around. I'm just going to do my job. She still gets destroyed in the end, again,
right?
As most villains do. But like, to me, I really didn't find her annoying. I think what annoyed me the most was maybe like, I think it just might have just been like how the actor was portraying her. Sometimes it was like Diabolico. I was like, why'd you say it like that? Like I think that's what got me. But other than that, yeah, she's not the again. Here I go. She's not the best, but she's not the worst. The one thing that I did like about her was that her and Carter, for some reason, I don't know if you picked up on this, but I kind of did, or maybe I'm reaching a little too much. Is that they had beef. I don't know why, but anytime Carter saw Viper. Sorry, I don't know why Vampira's in my head, but anytime Carter saw Viper, it was like some unspoken beef, and they were just on site. I was like, I don't know what this is, but this is funny to me. it's like I don't hate people, but you specifically, for some reason, just rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, I'm here for it. Because then I said, did you not see it though?
That's crazy. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I think I was just so aggravated by her. I just didn't really see.
Because I saw it.
Okay.
It might be a little bit of a reach from me, but like I saw that, I was like, that's like you got the Batlings, you got all the other monsters. Loki's just there. I don't really think he does anything. He's just like, he's the big meathead of the group for the villains. But Viper and Carter, there's some beef going on there. I don't know what it is, but she had him pressed for no reason sometimes.
That's very, very good observation. Yeah, I just think, like I said, she just really bothered me. Like she that laugh, like she was someone like, what are you laughing at? So yeah, speaking of crossover, speaking of annoying villains, Trakina does come back. So there's a crossover with Lightspeed Rescue and Lost Galaxy.
Yes.
So basically, because they're trying to bring Banshira. They're trying to bring Banshira back, and basically, one of the, I guess the creature is working with Trakina, so they took something. What was it? Did they take something from Miranoi to bring it back to Earth? Because Trakina is on Earth. Because she basically wants to get revenge. So she wants to get revenge on Lightspeed Rescue. I mean, the Lost Galaxy Rangers for what they did. So she wants to destroy their home planet. She wants to destroy Earth. Yeah. So basically, they're taking whatever the source that they were going to use for Banshira. They're taking that and using that for Trakina. And Trakina wants to get back into her monster body. Now, I want to go back and let's go back to Lost Galaxy because again, so Trakina did transform into this ugly green thing, and then she was destroyed by the Red Ranger. Now they blew up. Yeah. So, but now she's back in her human-esque body. I guess it was not completely human, but human-esque body. So, how did you come back to your human-esque body? I don't. Where did you come from?
That's
I thought you blew up.
When a monster blows up for the second time, I want to preface this. For the second time, when a monster blows up, they're not coming back.
Okay.
They're not coming back. Especially when they go all big and like kaiju-esque. Yeah. They're not coming back. I don't know why she was back. I don't know what the writers were on.
They just want to do a crossover.
They want to do a crossover.
Yeah, because I guess the other crossovers did well. So it's like we're gonna do. I mean, like I said, so you watched the Super Sentai versions?
I have not. This probably should be on my list to go watch the Super Sentai.
Okay. I know Mike has. I guess my question is, on the Super Sentai versions, they do have the crossovers. So they was like, okay, since they have a crossover, we're gonna use that footage. I guess I'm assuming. Yeah. That's what happens. But I felt like the story in the US version, the story was stupid. I just feel like it wasn't a good crossover. I feel like the In Space and Lost Galaxy crossover was better, even though I wasn't like enthused with it, but it was still, that was a lot better than this one. This Lost Galaxy and Lightspeed Rescue crossover, it was pointless. I just feel like it was just no point to this. And then this whole, I already couldn't stand the Lights of Orion, and the fact that they used the Lights of Orion on the Lightspeed Rescue Zord, I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It was just
a mess.
There's a lot going on. Here's another issue I had. So okay, again,
yeah, y'all
are on Miranoi, living the good life. Y'all chilling, and so and it's like, okay, so y'all. What's Leo? So Leo grabs the sword first, of course, and then he comes over back to Earth, and he's like, "All right, I gotta make sure I gotta help whatever's happening." And then everybody else grabs their swords eventually, and they come on over too. And then so when they call upon their Galactic Beasts, the Galactic Beasts are in Miranoi. I'm trying to figure out how's everybody getting to Earth because. In Lost Galaxy, the captain said, once we leave here, we will never return. So I'm trying to figure out, how did the Power Rangers, unless did they jump through a portal? I'm just trying to figure out how did they get to Earth, and how did the Galactic Beasts get to Earth if they're on Miranoi?
Uber. I couldn't tell you. Because I think that's the problem with some continuities. It's like, okay, this is going to happen, and it makes sense in this continuity only. Like how you said, like they're on Miranoi. Once you go, you can't go back and whatnot. So then, when you get to a different continuity and you want to do, like, again, these crossovers, well, you just said they can't leave.
Right.
So how are they here if they can't leave? I think that's where the problem. My problem with it lies is, like, you just can't say this is what happens and then immediately backtrack on that in the next one.
See, here's the thing. So with this leads to another issue.
Yes.
So with Mighty Morphin, right? They could teleport.
Yes.
And there are some places where they could, like, it was a sky jump or space. It was somewhere they could, like, space bounce or something. They was doing this.
Yes.
Like they were Superman or whatever. So when we get to, because I think in space they still teleported. I think they did. They did. I know they had the space buggies. When we got to, like, Lost Galaxy, there was no more teleporting.
Yeah.
Here on Lightspeed Rescue, there's no more teleporting, which is the thing. I'm like, they all get in the car to drive to wherever they got to get to. It's like, so I think it would make more sense if teleportation was still a thing.
Yes.
It was like, okay, cool. It would make sense of why they left Miranoi to get to Earth, or did the space jump or whatever they need to do. But it's like, where, again, this is where the mysticalness of it all happens.
Yeah.
It's like, we need that. I can see it's too much human stuff happening where things aren't making sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then here's another issue I have with this crossover. So in also Lost Galaxy, no, because they're playing a game of takesy backsies.
Yeah,
because the Pink Ranger, Kendricks, sadly, of course, it was a fake departure. The character, not the actress, because it's like she died, and then like she came back on the last episode. So it's like, oh, she's not really dead. But my thing is, she gave the saber to, what's Andrew's sister's name?
Oh God.
What's her name?
I'm trying to think.
Come on. Okay, here we go. Lost Galaxy. Okay, characters. Caron. Yes.
Caron?
Caron.
That sounds like an alcohol. But all right.
Yeah. So she gave the pink saber to Caron. She said, "Caron, here, take my place." So you mean to tell me,
you're just a
Lightspeed Rescue, you just took it back?
Yeah, you're just a placeholder.
So, okay.
Just a placeholder.
I want my sword back. Give me my sword back, girl.
Because I feel like they also did that with, like, another set of Power Rangers, I think, where someone left but then they came back and take out back the powers. I might be confusing stuff and whatnot, because I know what's his name from Turbo became the Blue Ranger after, what was it, his brother got sick or something in Turbo. You know what I'm talking about? because was it Turbo? No, it was Turbo. It was like because I remember the little kid became the Blue Power Ranger.
He did.
And I don't remember if his brother took it back or what happened to his brother, but I felt like he gave it back or something. I don't know why. I might just be confusing it with this.
Okay.
I might just be doing that too, but like I feel like someone also did the same thing.
I don't think it was Turbo. I know they changed powers in Turbo.
Yeah.
Everybody said the Blue Ranger. The Blue Ranger stayed, but when Tommy and them left, they gave it to TJ and them.
Yeah, I remember that part. I just have to go rewatch. Go rewatch. So that I might be tripping.
No, it might be a different one. You might be referring to. I know in Lost Galaxy, Mike originally was the Red Ranger, and then he fell into the hole, and then Leo became the Red Ranger. And then when Mike came back, Leo was trying to give him the sword, and then Mike was like, "No, this is your destiny. You're supposed to be the Red Ranger." And then that's when Mike became the Magnum Defender. You talking about that?
Maybe I don't know.
Okay.
Because again, I wouldn't say there's like a lot of times where Power Rangers like swap powers, at least with different people. Because I know in SPD, which you have to watch that one. That was one of my favorites.
Okay.
Jack was the Red Ranger and Sky was the Blue Ranger, even though Sky wanted to be the Red Ranger because his dad was a Red Ranger. And then I want to say I don't think it was the last episode, but I know it was one of the episodes in SPD where Sky got to be the Red Ranger to avenge his father. So I think I might also be pulling a little bit from that too.
Gotcha.
But like I said, there's a lot of switching around sometimes.
Gotcha.
Where it gets a little confusing, but
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will definitely get SPD.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll definitely speak on that as well. All right. So what else is going on with Lightspeed Rescue that really need to? Yeah. So.
I do remember this. I think you said this or you alluded to it, but you said you didn't like the jackets, the little Lightspeed Rescue jackets.
No, I didn't like the jackets.
I liked it. I don't know why. I could see myself wearing it. Like especially out in public. Yes, I would wear Power Ranger stuff out in public if I had to, and if I had the money. Unfortunately, I don't have anything, and I don't have the money.
Gotcha.
But
I think also too what annoyed me with Power Rangers too with these newer ones, it was like, this is not a cartoon. Why do they have the same clothes on every day? Like so in space, of course they wore the space uniform,
that makes sense.
Which makes sense.
Yes.
But when they went to Earth though, they had on different outfits. Which okay, cool. Please do that. But with Lost Galaxy, it was like they literally had on the same thing every day. Literally, like I was like, why are they wearing the same clothes? And then now even with Lightspeed Rescue, I'm like, why are they wearing? It's like I'm like, did they not change clothes? Did they not take a bath? What's going on?
Which I understand your point, because I think what's the Pink Ranger's name? Dana.
Yeah.
Dana, I could kind of understand her not changing how much she like changes her clothes and whatnot, because while she's there, obviously change your clothes, don't be nasty. But she also worked at Lightspeed, whether she was before she actually became the Ranger or not. It was kind of like her quote unquote uniform, I guess. But like with Katie, no, Yellow Ranger. Is it Katie? Kelsey. That was close. With Kelsey, I was like, you're just wearing gym clothes all day, like. You got nothing else? I got yellow.
It's like she was wearing gym clothes all day and had her headphones around her neck. That's like even like I was talking about with Lost Galaxy with the Green Ranger. I was like, why is there smut on his face all the time? Like, we get it. He's the engineer.
Yeah.
But he does not need to be dirty all the time.
Yeah.
He does not need to carry his tool belt all the time. We get it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think Lightspeed and probably a couple other ones would benefit. Like, as long as you keep like what color they are, because always got to be color coordinated. Right. What color they are, as long as you just switch it up, that's perfectly fine.
That's what I loved about. Like I said, that's what I loved about the original Power Rangers with Zeo and Turbo.
They were changing.
They changed clothes. I mean, they kept the colors, but it was. I mean, when I was a kid, I wanted to wear black all the time. Like I wanted to wear different types of black because I was the Black Ranger. So I appreciated seeing Zach in different outfits. And stuff, so.
You know, like I definitely understand because like it was like Kelsey didn't have any other change of clothes. Really, Joel didn't have any change of clothes either. Neither did Carter or Chad. I'm not sure about Chad. I feel like he changed what's it called? His shirt or what have you every now and then. I could be wrong. I don't really remember because like again, I wasn't really paying attention like as much as you were, at least about their outfits. But like, yeah, like Kelsey, come on, like gym clothes, really? Like I'm all for one for being comfortable. I mainly wear hoodies for the most part. But if I'm not wearing gym clothes every day, every single day, like as much as I can, like no, that's just we're not doing that. Again, definitely, like because Power Rangers on my Hasbro, right?
But don't get me to lying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't remember who they're owned by. Whether it's Hasbro or is it someone else. If you ever, well, not if, when you do reboot the Power Rangers series, call me. You know, we can. I'll definitely say yeah. As long as they keep their main colors, they can. I won't say wear whatever they want, but like switch it up. Like whoever your Red Ranger is, red hoodie sometimes, maybe like a red like hat or whatever, or like a red shirt. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, as long as he has red somewhere and you know that he's a Red Ranger, it shouldn't matter. Just the fact of like, again, like you said, it is not a cartoon.
Right.
Change your clothes. You gotta. I understand you gotta wash and dry, but that's just running up your bills. and I'll say this, most Power Rangers aren't getting paid.
Right.
So.
All right. So basically, we get to the end. Eventually, Ben Shira is definitely resurrected, and she's about to bring all these demons and spirits back or whatever. I will say that was pretty. Like I said, the story progresses pretty well. It does get better. And she's like ready to basically take her city back, take her land back, and everything. And then there's this big battle with her and the Red Ranger, right? Am I correct? Yeah. Is it the Red Ranger? Her and the Red Ranger fight?
Yes. Oh god.
It's been a couple of weeks since I watched it.
Yeah, it's. Oh.
Let's go to the handy dandy YouTube.
Make sure your volume's off so you don't get copyrighted.
I don't need copyright infringement. I don't need them coming for me. All right, handy dandy YouTube, Power Rangers official playlist. Here we go, Lightspeed Rescue episode. The Fate of Lightspeed Part 2. Okay, here we go.
No, that's an ad.
I know, right? Yeah. But I do believe.
I want to say.
I do believe they fought at the end.
Yeah.
Cause I know, like.
I feel like it would to make sense that it would have to be the Red Ranger just because he's the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
That's the leader.
Yeah. So they're fighting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So because he's hanging off the. Basically, there's the whatever that's gonna seal to keep the spirits in. He's hanging off of it. He's hanging from it.
Okay.
And it's like, this whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah. Now he threw his helmet.
Hey man, anything and everything is a weapon.
What was that? So he kicks her over the thing. He about to give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up. We did it. And then he gets pulled. Yeah, he gets pulled over.
Yep. Very Lord of the Rings-esque right there.
So she's holding on to him with her fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically on the cliff, on the rocks.
Yeah.
And she's like, basically, you coming down with me.
I mean, hey man, this is just me. I gotta make a heroic sacrifice to make sure that if no one else is gonna be here, it's gonna be you.
I think the thing, and just as we're watching this, the thing that bothers me, because I always gonna go back to this, because Laura Zed is my favorite villain from Power Rangers, and I'm so annoyed that parents called in and said he was so scary. But these monsters on here are scarier. Like they look. These are full on demons. Like they're literally demons.
I will say because this came out. I want to say it was 2002, 2004, when this series came out.
The spirit of
Lord Diabolical.
Because so basically Diabolical was like, you know what, I'm tired of Bathsheba. Mm-hmm. That's her name, not Bathsheba. Banshira. Yeah. And so basically he ends up helping the Power Rangers. Mm-hmm. Well, his spirit helps the Power Rangers, and so they all basically fall into the
pit,
the pit of demons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you better get out of there, Carter.
And so they get a rope to pull Carter up.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the day is saved, thanks to the Power Rangers. And so that's the end. They have to get out of the temple place
because it's gonna be like falling apart, as it usually does with most villain places. Like, hey, you beat the villain, now you just have to getting out of the building.
Oh yeah. Also too, we didn't mention they end up breaking into the Aqua Center.
And they tried.
They destroyed it, didn't they?
Oh,
they destroyed it.
Oh, for in the finale.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I went back a little.
Because I remember when the captain, he was like just standing there. He was like, all the years that I spent, it's been destroyed. He was like, really. He was so broke. I was like, come on, get out of here.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they got stuck in there is because he kept standing there the whole time, and so then they ended up getting trapped in there. They had to figure out a way to get out. They had to swim through and get to another place to actually get out of there. So yeah.
So I went back a little earlier to when Olympius had just transformed from Impus to Olympius and just got the star power. I went back to that and was like, well, no, they tried, but then forgot what exactly happened. Oh yeah, no, Olympius and Carter wrestled, and I wouldn't say he tackled him into the water, but they fell into the water, and then they got out.
Yeah.
Which is another thing. Demons afraid of water. You tell me they don't wash? No wonder they're trying to break out. They stink. They stink. So that part to me, maybe that's also the same thing in Super Sentai. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense on why the demons hate water. But I'm getting off topic here. Yeah, because I went back to that one when you said it when they broke in. I was like, no, they almost did.
Yeah, they got up in there.
Yeah, they did.
They definitely got up in there. So at the very end, basically they give their morphers back because basically the task is over.
Yeah,
they completed the task.
They get to retire.
They get to retire as Power Rangers, and then Joel finally gets to go on a date because
Miss Fairweather.
He's been trying to get with Miss Fairweather this whole time.
Been whittling her down.
Yeah, and so she finally says, "I'll go to dinner with you." Right when they're about to go out to dinner, and they're just standing there, the Power Rangers, they see some danger. There's like a fire or something's happening. Mm-hmm. They all look at each other, and then did they grab their morphers? Let me go back. Did they grab their morphers again, or did they just run?
I don't remember.
I
do think.
Handy dandy YouTube.
I think I'm not sure. It was like a comic book tie-in, or maybe it's just something someone put on the Ranger website. But I do think that Miss Fairweather and Joel do get married. I do think that happens, but
I'm talking about on a later like series.
No, I think like a tie-in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like a tie-in or someone's headcanon. A lot of headcanon going around nowadays, but yeah. So
they basically they don't. So basically they just run to the danger. They're like, we gotta go. We gotta. It's in us. We gotta go do it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's they don't. The captain is like, hey, you forgot these because he's holding their morphers. So they just. What are they looking at?
Because I'm just saying, like, if the threat's over and I get to quote unquote retire from Power Rangers, I'm retiring from working.
There's a fire truck goes by.
Yeah.
They see this big thing of smoke. So yeah, Joel's about to go on a date with Miss Fairweather. The fire truck goes by. They see the big thing of smoke, and then the Rangers looking like, oh look, it's the smoke. And they all look at each other like, oh guys, what should we do? Then Oh, buddy, Red Ranger shakes his head like, yeah. And then they all start following behind him like, let's go save the world. And then Captain said, hey, you forgot these. Joel's upset. He wants to go on this date. He says he'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. That's my boy.
And then they are running. Yeah, here you go. He's like, hey, you forgot these.
Of course I haven't.
And then they start running. And then that's how the series ends. They run to the trouble.
Yeah, no. To me, it makes sense because at least for Carter, because he is so technically a firefighter.
Yes, correct.
So it's still going to be him, and also Dana because she is an EMT, a paramedic.
Correct.
Yeah, Sky Cowboy, Rock Climber,
Dolphin guy.
Dolphin guy. Sorry, Chad. Dolphin guy. I was like,
and whatever what does Ryan do?
He's just a dude.
He's just a dude.
He's just a dude.
Just a dude.
I think at least my rendition of this and to fix this would be to give them all some sort of like job and like emergency stuff. Like again, still keep Carter as like a firefighter. Still keep Dana as like an EMT. Make someone like a police officer. You can make Joel like a pararescuer, like in the military. You make someone like, if you want to, you make someone a lifeguard. Yeah. While not like as extravagant as some of the others. It's still like the Navy. Yeah, the Navy. Yeah. Water. Yeah. So like again, hit me up. I'm here with ideas, please. Man, as you can see, I'm very passionate about Power Rangers.
We appreciate that. No, we love that here.
Because if they ever came up to me and said, "Hey, do you have ideas or do you want to work on a Power Ranger show?" Absolutely. Yes. Like as soon as you say Power Rangers, yes. Yes. The answer is yes.
I absolutely agree. But I absolutely agree. What did you think? We're gonna rate the series in a second. Okay. What do you think about the theme song? We didn't talk about the theme song.
Oh, okay. So, me personally, I do like a lot of the Power Rangers theme songs. Like, if we ever have time in this podcast, or if we ever do it, we can probably, or maybe it could be a different podcast, we can start ranking them. Okay. Or at least you can. I like it. I like to put it on a scale of like 1 to 10. I do give it like a 7. Okay. It is a solid 7 for me. Okay. I'm scared because the way you said okay.
No, it's okay.
Okay. the way you said okay made me think like, oh no.
No. Okay. Which one is your favorite? Which Power Rangers theme song is your favorite?
My favorite one? Man, and maybe all the people around my age would think the same thing, hopefully. Mystic Force is my favorite one. Okay. That one, like just here come the Power Rangers, here come the Power Rangers. I was like, oh, I love it. Okay. I love it. It's catchy to me. Okay. I feel like I know what yours is, but go.
I'll let you know what I think of it when I get to it. Mm-hmm. When I get to Mystic Force. My favorite theme song is definitely Zeo. Oh. Zeo's my favorite.
Oh, I was thinking like, tried and true. You were just going to go with Mighty Morphin. Yeah, I was like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Mighty Morphin. No, absolutely not. That's what started, at least that's what started over here. Right. So, it's obviously like, yeah, go ahead. I thought you were really going to say Mighty Morphin. Hey, Zeo's pretty good too.
Zeo's my favorite. Yeah. Zeo's my favorite. And then, Mighty Morphin, of course. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, I haven't gone through all of them yet, but I think, like I said, Zeo, Mighty Morphin, its space is actually pretty tight, and I like Turbo. Even though I didn't like Turbo season, it's definitely as of right now, Turbo season. Watch the review if you want to see it. Yes, I want to get my thoughts on it, but the theme song Turbo was actually good. Yeah, and the space was good too. Mm-hmm. Lost Galaxy it was straight. It was all right.
Yeah, Lost Galaxy I think I gave like a 6. Time Force was one that I really loved. Okay. Yeah,
I'll definitely let you know when I get to that one.
Man,
sure. I'm not there yet. So I don't know what the theme song is.
Oh, really? That's right. Because you stopped when exactly?
I stopped watching it regularly. Okay, so I stopped watching it regularly at Turbo. Mm-hmm. I stopped actually when literally I think when after the movie, because the movie was, and I watched a couple episodes of the season, and I was like, I can't do this no more. I didn't even know Tommy and them had transfer powers until one day my brother was watching. I was like, who are these people?
Who are you?
Yeah, I had no idea. But I was like, oh, we got a black Red Ranger. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up. So I didn't know that. And so then I definitely watched the episode when Zordon got slashed. And then I watched some of Lost Galaxy. That's why I had to rewatch. It now. And then I didn't watch it again. I watched a little bit of Wild Force with my brother.
Yeah.
I definitely watched Ninja Storm.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people watched
Ninja Storm. I watched Dino Thunder.
Yes, sir.
Watched that one. And yeah, that was it for me until recently, and I watched Cosmic Fury. And
yeah, I didn't watch Cosmic Fury.
Yeah.
Again, when we got this,
oh Lord,
when we got to Samurai, I was like, what am I watching? I just couldn't get into Samurai.
I only watched Cosmic Fury because it came on after the anniversary special. It came on right after that, so it was like, okay, I'm on, and Billy was going to be on the Cosmic Fury. I said, let me watch it and let me see what's up, and it just.
Yeah, I do like how they I think it was Cosmic Fury, or it might have been a special, because I seen like a clip of it where they were talking about Trini and whatnot. And I was like, it's a nice way to keep honoring Trini, because I know she passed away. Was it 97?
I don't know exactly when she passed away, but she definitely
she had passed away, and it was like, because they're talking to her daughter, and it's like, oh, I think it was like Repulsa, like Rita Repulsa or Zed or somebody. I don't remember who exactly they said that killed her in the.
It was Rita.
Rita.
It was Robo Rita.
Yeah, Robo Rita. Okay, yeah. So I was like, oh, that's cool. That like they're bringing everyone back, like even those who have. Well, I won't say everyone. There are some people who are in jail for reasons, but like Trini, like her actor had passed away. I think this came out before Jason David Frank passed away too.
It came out after they shot it before he passed.
Yeah, they shot before he passed, but
he passed before it came out.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I do feel like if he had passed before then, they will also mention him too.
But they kept so basically, and we'll I'll do a review on that one on it. But they kept basically all the characters are still there, and Trini is the only character that actually died.
Yes,
they actually killed Trini on screen. Now Robo Rita actually killed her. She tried to say she jumped in front of the blast that was gonna kill Billy, but then she jumped in front of it and then she flew over the cliff.
Yeah.
So that's where Trini perished.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely want to do a review on the special. I'm gonna watch it again. I watched it when I watched it because I watched it with nostalgic eyes. I was excited about it. I watched it like 3-4 times, and I loved it from that viewpoint. Now I'm gonna watch it again. Now that I'm doing these reviews, and I'm like, okay, we gotta talk about some things.
Oh yeah, because I definitely need to watch it and whatnot.
Yeah,
because I like I said, I had put Power Rangers down after Samurai, couldn't get into it. Beast Morphers looked okay. I think it was Beast Morphers is what it's called, but it looked okay. I was like, maybe. But then I started like Dino Charge or Max Charge, or they start throwing Max, Supreme, Mega. I was like, what are we talking about? These feel like Fortnite terms to me. Like, man, maybe I don't want to say this, but maybe I've just gotten like older now. It's like, what? Super Mega Force? What are we talking about here? Super Mega Force. Was there an Ultra Force after this? Like,
oh god.
I just didn't understand. I think it's also like, but because I think in one of the continuities for Samurai, we also do, at least from what I remember, we also get like a woman Red Ranger. I could be wrong, but like, I don't know. Like, and I would like to see that. So if they ever do, I keep saying if, it's when they do reboot Power Rangers, because they reboot everything. When they do reboot Power Rangers, hey, maybe throwing it out there, make a woman a Red Ranger. Like put that. Don't do it like as like a little one-off, or like at the end of the season, like, oh, because I know in Samurai, from what I heard, what's his name, Jaden was a Red Ranger, and he was just a placeholder. That's what it was. Jaden was a placeholder because his sister was off doing something else, but she was supposed to be the Red Ranger, but he was holding it for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what I heard. And I was like, no, I feel like someone, but that's what I was thinking of.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm glad you finally.
Yeah, I was.
Because I had no idea what you were talking about. I haven't gotten there yet, so. Yeah.
Well, I would also have to rewatch Samurai because
Gotcha.
I didn't watch. I was like, what? But yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna close out Lightspeed. We're gonna do our rating. We have a rating system here on Ranger Ravers. So our rating system is as follows. So it's from worst to bad. It's worst to bad. Worst to bad. So worst is Rita Repulsa, I have a headache.
Oh, I have such a headache.
Bad, Alpha, I.
Ay.
If it's just alright, Kimberly, nice stereo.
Nice stereo.
Good, more phenomenal.
System's nominal.
And best, go Green Ranger, go.
Go, Green Ranger, go!
We say that because, of course, it's been said that the Green Ranger is the best Power Ranger of all time. That's what people say.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what people say.
Okay.
That's what people
Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like we're gonna go to a minefield if I step on that one. So,
the Green Ranger, he's tight. He's tight. He's not the best Power Ranger in my opinion.
I mean,
I feel like the best Power. I mean, it's the same person though, but I feel like the best Power Ranger is the White Ranger. But it's the same person.
Okay. I think I see what you're trying to argue. What's the best Power Ranger versus like who is the best Power Ranger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that.
People say the best Ranger is like the people love the Green Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really love the Green Ranger. For me, I actually liked when he was the White Ranger. I love the White Ranger. I think his outfit was bomb.
Okay. Yeah.
Saba was everything.
Yes.
Tiger Zord was the bomb. I have a Tiger Zord. Where is he? I got Saba right here.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Zord. It's right there.
Yeah. I used to have when Tommy was in Dino Thunder and he was the Black Ranger. I had the little staff that he had as a kid. I don't have it anymore because
Man.
Well, I mean, I was a kid. My mom got rid of the toys. I was like, well,
I understand how that is.
I don't have that much saying that.
That's why I'm collecting stuff now as an adult. If I find it, I want it, I get it. So I'm just like, I am basically just reliving my childhood. So there you have it.
It was great.
Yeah. So that's the rating system. So I'm going to put it right here for you.
Yeah.
And I want you to rate Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm in between.
Which is fine.
I'm in between nice stereo.
Okay.
And more phenomenal.
Okay.
Because again, there is stuff about this that like Vipra. Why are you in a Doom buggy? Diabolical. How did you get out? It's like that keeps it from being good, but keeps it from being more phenomenal. But it's also other stuff like that also boosts it up to it. Like so it's not like nice stereo. It's that good middle ground. I think if they had maybe like they had fleshed out a little bit more, it could be like a definite answer. But to give you a definite answer, I'll be the guy. I'll go with more phenomenal.
System's nominal.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Okay. Nice. Cool. For me, because again, I was very annoyed at the very beginning of this series watching it. However, the storyline improved.
Yes.
I actually found myself getting intrigued by the story. I found myself, okay, this is actually not that bad. Like I said, the storyline was straight. The only issues of course I had was I already talked about them.
Yeah.
But overall, I feel like it wasn't a bad watch.
Yeah.
It got better for me. So I am definitely going to give Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. I'm going to give it a nice stereo.
Nice stereo.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle.
I feel like you were. I felt like you were.
Yeah.
If you would say more phenomenal, that would have caught me off guard. That would have caught me like, oh, okay. I color me impressed. I would have been, oh, okay, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, so there we have it, guys. That is Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Now I am on my way to watch Time Force. Time Force is next. Am I correct? Let's see. Let me check.
And see, now this is where the whole timeline gets confusing to me.
Yes, Time Force is next. So that's my next series that I'm going to binge watch. So, and then after that, I will do a review, and you'll hear my thoughts on Power Rangers Time Force.
All right.
Yes. Well, Ian, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and your enthusiasm about Power Rangers. I enjoyed this conversation because, again, it's fun to talk about Power Rangers with, first of all, people who still enjoy Power Rangers, and also, too, it's good to talk with people who have different perspective on things. Again, I think what made this conversation great was because is our age different?
Yes.
Because you see it from a different lens versus, when I first started watching it versus when you started watching it. So I think this is a very, very, very awesome and great, more phenomenal conversation.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Any final thoughts before we close out?
Final thoughts. Well, one, I would like to say thank you for having me on here. It was great. I know, so some of my friends, they like Power Rangers, but not as much as me. So it's great to be able to talk about Power Rangers with someone who shares the same enthusiasm as I do. Again, from different perspectives, because you were there when it all began. I came in after. I'm the new blood in here, but I'm just. It feels great. It's a nice breath of fresh air. I can't wait for you to watch Time Force. I can't wait for you to watch Dino Thunder again.
Yes.
I definitely can't wait for you to watch SPD and Mystic Force. Those two I love.
How far do I have for Mystic Force? Because I feel like I'm definitely going to bring you back for Mystic Force. I feel like you have to be back for that.
I can't remember if it's after or before SPD. Because I remember them both being...
Let's see a list.
Because I think there's also Jungle Fury you had to get through too.
Okay. I'm about to look right now real quick before we run out of battery. Let's see. Power Rangers television series.
Speed.
Mr. Force is after SPD.
After SPD. Okay.
Okay. I'm not that far. I gotta do Time Force. I'm definitely. Obviously, I'm gonna. I watched some episodes of Wild Force again, and I definitely watched Forever Red. I watched that episode. Of course.
I want you to name one person who hasn't seen Forever Red. I've seen Forever Red. I watched it as a kid. I think we had it on I think we had it on VHS.
I remember recording it on my VHS, on my
VCR.
I recorded Red Force.
Yeah.
I recorded Red Forever Red. I definitely recorded that. So yeah, I watched Time Force. I'm gonna watch Wild Force in its completion. I do remember some episodes. Again, I watched some of them with my little brother. I'm definitely gonna rewatch Ninja Storm. I watched that one.
Ninja Storm's just a good one to watch.
Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder, I watched those in completion, but I'm gonna rewatch those just to remember what happened. So SPD will be a first watch.
Oh, it's so good.
And then Mr. Force will be a first watch.
Because I really like the vibe of SPD. For those who don't know or haven't watched it yet, it's basically Power Rangers but as police. Okay. And it's nice. I like the little gadgets that they do. Their Six Ranger. I'm not going to spoil that.
Okay.
Their Six Ranger. Whoo! That had me jump. I was happy. I was happy about that. That is a bad man right there. It's a bad man.
All right. Well, I can't wait to get to these. But so again, thank y'all so much for watching. Please subscribe to the page. As Ian has said, if you are working with Power Rangers, if you're listening, hit us up. We definitely don't mind taking jobs working for Power Rangers.
Oh, absolutely. If you need a stunt double, let me know. I work lights. If you need a coffee, I don't know how you like it, but I'll learn. I don't know how you like your coffee, but I'll learn.
All right, y'all. On that note, that is it. Thank y'all so much for joining us. And until the next time, this is Ranger Ravers. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Go Rangers, go.
Let's go Ranger Ravers. Don't you love the Ranger Ravers?